It's your boy Young Love, I give him that time. Pancho leg stand, Panchi America, Panji Dwell, Pancho leg stand, Panchi America, Panji Dwell, Banaban, walk on your leg, Kankara, what on a watching, Oga, level leg, gear, pow, very leg, Panda with Yay, Panchi America, Panya Dwell, Chingatonga Pandon, could you ever buy a check out, Papu Panda Jiro, what they be Dwell venting. Panchi America, Panji Dwell, Banaban, Pancha leg stand, Panchi America, Panji Dwell, Banaban, walk on your leg, Kankara, what on a watching, Oga, level leg, gear, pow, very leg, Panda with Yay, Panchi America, Panya Dwell, Chingatonga Pandon, could you ever buy a check out, Papu Panda Jiro, what they be Dwell venting.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, or wherever you are tuning in. Welcome to Lagos State Media. Today, marking the 39th anniversary of the 16th May, the day that the SPLM has started the war in Sudan that has led us to secession of the country Republic of South Sudan. We remember today those who perished, who lost their life during the war from 1983 up to 2005. We recognize their contribution. May God keep resting their soul in peace. There are unknown tombs. Those who were killed in the battles are known, and the wounded. This is their day today to remember you. Okay. It's a very good day to remember this order. We will never forget them in our history.
جون جرانج لما بيور أصدر إنذار عاجل ومباشر إلى عقيد مهجوب قائد حمية ناصر إنه خير وقال له إنه أنت يا مهجوب أنا قصدنا ما نتو ناس أنا قصدنا يعني ما نحرم ناس أحبابهم من فضلك عندك أنا قررنا نهاجم ناصر وقدامك خيارين واحد يا تسلم نفسك وتسلم ناصر لينا بدون طلقة ويا انت تنسحب انا بنفتح لك مجال تنسحب انت وجنودك وتمشي مع الماشيين فوقهم. دي كان انذار بتاع دكتور جون جرانج وانتوا استمعوا لجون جرانج هو بيقول شنو.
هسه ناس ناصر في قرعة واحد، ناس كوبا في قرعة واحد. عاوزين يجروا ناس ملك وناس ناصر وعقوبة عاوزين يجروا وهيجروا عشان ذنبهم شنو هناك. ناصر ده نحن بضربه ضربة أكثر من ضربنا في جوكو. الأخوان في جيش بتاع السودان ألف ناصر. أنا بقول لهم من هسه ده أنتم يا جماعة فوتوا من هسه قبل ما نجي. عشان ما في حاجة بيساعدكم في ناصر، ما في حاجة بيساعدكم في يعقوبة. يوم ذاك سالم سعيد كان بيقول لعساكر بتوعه قال النجدة هو الإنقاذ. قال ورا الجبل ده الجبل بتاع وديسة. قال هو الإنقاذ جاء من دمازين. قال ورا الجبل 50 يوم راح ما في قوة بتاع إنقاذ جاء، ما في نجدة جاء. الناس في غرفة عمليات في خرطوم ما بيعرف جغرافيا، ما بيعرف ذاته جوكو وين. بكتو خريطة بتاع السودان بكتو مسمار هناك قال جوكو. بكتو دبوس ثاني هناك قال ده أكوبو. بكتو دبوس ثاني هناك قال ده ناصر. بعدين بيحركوا قوات قال يتحرك لواء مشاع مدعم من دمازين إلى جوكو لإنقاذ جوكو. ده قوة النجدة. والعساكر المساكين في الخنادق بيقول النجدة جاي. القائد بكذب له قال النجدة جاي من وين؟ قال جاي من دمازين. ما في قوة بتاع إنقاذ بيجي عقوبة. ونحن عندنا قوة بتاع إنقاذ. عندنا قوة بيجي عشان يهاجم. هنهاجم اللقان ما هم هيكون تعبانين في الخنادق أسوأ من الناس بتاع عقوبة بتاع جوكو. وما في كلام صادق المهدي ولا غيره بيعملوا. فناصر وعقوبة أنا بيعمل إنذار للعساكر هناك. ما في سبب عشان هم يموتوا ساكت. هم يمشوا قبل ما يسفي يهاجم المدن ديل. نحن كلنا لقاد هسه نحن بضربه كل يوم نحن بضرب ناصر، كل يوم نحن بضرب عقوبة. اللقاد المعطاء ديل يمشي ونمشي قدام. الحرب ده ما بقيف إلا إذا نحن أخذنا الحقوق الحقوق بتاعنا احنا فقدنا عندنا شهداء عندنا ناس عوقوا.
لكن بكل أسف رغم الإنذار ورغم النوايا الطيبة بتاع الجيش الشعبي إنه أكلوا لمحجوبة إحنا عايزين ناخد ناصر. أنت مش عايزين نقتلك ولا عايزين نقتل أي زول من قوادك. من فضلك يا سلم نفسك يا انسحب. المحجوب لا سلم نفسه لا انسحب، بل بدأ يحسن دفاعات بتاع ناصر. الناس شغال ليل ونهار، بقوا يحفروا الخنادق الإضافية، بقوا يعني يضيفوا موانئ صناعية بشرية على الموانئ الطبيعية عشان تعوق تقدم الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان. حاولوا هوشوا المنطقة بالمدافع برشاشات، وأضافوا مانيات بشرية ومانيات بتاعت العربات. هم دارين يدافع عن مدينة ناصر. فأخيرا هو ما قدر يستفيد من الفرصة اللي أدلوه. وبعد ذلك الجيش الشعبي بقى مستعد، وويليام جون بنشر تلقى تعليمات من دكتور جون بأن تدخل القوات مدينة ناصر. ويليام جون نادى جميع القوات المشاركة في الهجوم، وأداهم التعليمات الأخيرة بأنه احنا طلبنا من محجوب في ناصر والقوات بتاعه يا ينسحبوا يا يسلموا انفسهم. ما سلموا انفسهم وما ينسحبوا، بل قاموا بإضافة موانئ وعوائق حول مدينة ناصر. يبقى محجوب ما مستعد يسلم نفسه، ما مستعد ينسحب. تعليماتي نهاية هاجموا ناصر، لكن أنا داير بكرة ناصر ومحجوب. عشان أنا داير أسأل محجوب ليه هو ما قبل بالخيارات اللي ادينا لهم. هو كان بيأمل في شنو؟ وبالفعل في يوم 26 شهر 1 89 هاجمت قوات الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان مدينة ناصر. ساعات تم تحرير مدينة ناصر، وبالفعل أسرة محجوب ما قتلوه، لأن نيوان قال هو داير يتكلم مع محجوب وما قتلوا محجوب، ما قتل أسرة. وده عادة بتاع الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان. وزي ما انتم شاهدينه في الصورة يهوداك محجوب ويهوداك الأسرة. وبكل أسف إنه في ناس ماتوا يهوداك جثثهم. إحنا نأسف على موتهم، لأنه ده ناس أبرياء ما طرف. لكن طبعا النظام في الخرطوم بيلزم عشان يجي يموتوا في معارك ما عندهم فوق جمل ولا ناقة زي ما العرب قالوا. فانتوا شايفين محجوب ويهوداك قاعد. شايفين في صورة إنه قوات ناصر، قوات الشعب المسلح اللي كان موجودة في ناصر بقيادة عقيل محجوب خسرت كل شيء. خسروا ناصر كمنطقة دفاعية، خسروا جميع الأسلحة والمدافع، خسروا العربات، خسروا صواريخ بما فيها راجمات 40 ماسورة، وخسروا كل شيء، وأسروا محجوب، قتلوا جميع القوات وأسروا بعض القوات على رأسهم محجوب. ما في زي طلع من ناصر. وفعلا لو كان محجوب، لو كان هو يعني أخذ إنذار جون جرانج، ما أخذ الجد، الكارثة دي ما كان لحقت بناصر وقوات ناصر. وزي ما شفتوا احنا امتلكنا من ناصر وحدها، احنا امتلكنا جميع الأسلحة. يعني انتم شايفينه في صورة لكل الأسلحة ما جاءوا من برا، دي أسلحة كانت موجودة في ناصر، وأسبق معظم الأسلحة لسه في خنادق، ودي أسلحة جابوها برا عشان إنه يشوفوكم الأسلحة اللي قبلناها في ناصر. ودي بيوري يعني بيوري بالضبط إنه زمان دكتور جون بيقول إنه الممول الأسلحة الرئيسي للجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان، يعني زول اللي بيجيب سلاح للجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان هي قوات الشعب المسلح. والناس كان بيكذبوا يقول ده ما حقيقة، لكن كده شوفوا الأسلحة دي اللي احنا قبلناها في ناصر هسه، ده في ناصر وحدها. ويلا لو ها احنا قبلنا كوبو، احنا قبلنا فشلا، احنا قبلنا جوكو، احنا قبلنا بور، قبلنا توريد، قبلنا كابويتا، قبلنا بوما، قبلنا كيجي، قبلنا كل المحلات دي قبلناهم. دي إذا كان ده سلاح لقيناه في ناصر وحدها، ويلا ها في المحلات الكثيرة دي السلاح ده ما بيكفي إنه يسلح الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان كاملا. وبعد ما إنه الجيش الشعبي تمكن والسيطرة على ناصر وقام بتفتيش الأراضي وتأكد إنه ما فيش معنيات قريبة والأمن مستتب، المجروحين جردوا من السلاح والماتوا ماتوا، ومنطقة بقى آمنة وما في مشكلة. دخل العقيد الدكتور جون جرانج مبيور اللي كان قريب، كان بيراقب الحرب، بيشرف على الحرب وبيرشد المعارك من محل قريب، خش مدينة ناصر باحتفال كبير. وزي ما شايفين هؤلاء نازل من المركب أو الموتور بورد جاي من الضفة الثاني، وها يا شوف زي ما إنه بيستقبلوا ناس من اليوميون بجمجة، وقائد سلفا كير ميادي والقائد جودن كونشول وجميع القوات. والحفلة ماشية في ناصر، وهو في طريق هسه يا دوب شايفينه ماشي على مدينة ناصر. وزي ما انتم شايفين هسه هو بيتفقد ناصر، بيشوف الخنادق المزقزقة، وبيشوف المدافع المدفونة والدبابات الما متحركة المدفونة، وكل التحصينات وكل المواقع بيتفقد. وزي ما انتم شايفينه يا دوب خاشي بيشوف الأسلحة اللي قبضوه كله المعرضة، وهو خشى عشان صافي محجوب ويبارك لأنه نجا من الموت رغم أنه رفض أوامره، لكن هو كان مرتاح جدا يشوف محجوب، وقال له مبروك محجوب، أنت عمرك ليت طويل، أنت من هسه لقدام ما في أي حاجة، ما فيش أي حاجة يجيك، ما فيش خوف. وهو محجوب لابس رسمه لبسه العسكري عقيد كامل في الجيش السوداني، وقال له احنا في الجيش الشعبي بنحترم الأسرى، احنا بنحترم الأسرى، واحنا بنعاملهم معاملة طيبة زي ما احنا بنعامل به جنودنا. وبعد ذاك بعد ما دكتور جون صاف المنطقة كلها وانتم شايفين هوداك ماشي، جاء ونزلوا العلم بتاع قوات الشعب المسلح او علم بتاع حكومة السودان، سودان القديم، سودان التفرقة، سودان لا مساواة. وشايفين يا دوب يرفع العلم، علم السودان الجديد، علم السودان الجديد، سودان العدالة، سودان المساواة، سودان الحرية. دي إذانا ببداية عهد جديد للناصر وللسكان الموجودين في ناصر. نقدم التهنئة إلى القوات بتاعنا اللي حاربوا وحرروا ناصر، احنا بنحييهم كأبطال واحنا بنقدرهم واحنا يعني سعداء بهذا النصر العظيم. احنا كذلك بنحيي شهدائنا، بنحيي أبطالنا سقطوا في معركة ناصر، واحنا بنقول لهم انتم ما موتوا خسارة، إنما موتوا من أجل هدف سامي وهدف وطني. وأخيرا بنحيي القائد جوردن كونغشول، بنحيي القائد سلفا كير مياديت، بنحيي الدكتور جون جران نمبيو.
Happy 16th May celebration, my brother Abraham Adit.
Happy 16th May to you, brother Isaac Paul, and happy May 16th to everyone. Happy May 16th to veterans and our heroes who lost their life during armed struggle during the 1983. We owe them a death of appreciation. So without them, there will no Republic of South Sudan that we call it now. We owe them a death. We owe them a thank you. Today is the day. We thank them. For those of you, whether you are SPLM party member or you join other party, today is a day that you celebrate, regardless. So one upon the time, all of us were SPLM member. The SPLA is one of the movement that fought with the North Arab between 1903 until 2005. So that day, May 16th, is a day that we will always remember in our history. So we salute all the veterans and we salute all our martyrs. So that's my message to all of this. Happy May 16th. Thank you, brother Isaac.
Thank you so much, brother Abraham. In fact, it's a reality. Really, it's a painful day. In one day, started it, and also it's a joyful day because it has led us to cessation of independence of the South Sudan, the country we own today. And the millions' life we lost, their blood did not go in vain. They fought for the struggle, independent, and they have achieved. So even if we have some challenges facing the party currently, we still remember the days that we used to be all SPLM, SPLA members. Regardless of which party you are in now, we have to come together to remember our heroes and heroines, those who sacrificed their life before we get this independence. So join us in remembering them, those who were buried and those who are not buried, the unknown tombs. We remember them today. And the wounded, those who lost limbs, others are totally disabled. This is your day today. We have to say thank you for sacrifice, your life. for all of us. And God will bless you, and also is the one who will reward you. You all owe us more than the word thank you or appreciation to you. Only God will reward you. So thank you, Abraham, for joining me in this great day today. It's almost 4 decades, and we still remember them. Our leaders who has gone, and the current leaders who are still with us. So happy 16 May, or May 16 to all of you, whether back home, in diaspora, wherever you are in. I salute, I recognize all of you. Thank you, Abraham. It's a war that has cost so many lives, the prisoners, both sides, in the movement and also in SPLA. So let's see the prisoners of war that Dr. John Garang was preaching, talking to them. Let's see this.
ناس تانيين بيقول ده اسلام، ناس تانيين بيقول ده مسيحيه. ده العلاقه ده بين زول وربنا. اما الدوله خلقناها نحن، مش ربنا يا خلق دوله. ده فلسفه بتاعي وبتاع الحركه. الخلق الدولة مش ربنا، الخلق الدولة إنسان، زي ما إنسان خلق عربية ده خلقوا إنسان. الدولة برضو خلقوا إنسان. فإذا في زول بيعمل عربية ممكن يعمل أنا عشان أنا يا خلقته. نفس الشيء مع الدولة. فالدين ده علاقة بين الشخص وربنا. الدولة ما ممكن يكون عنده دين. أنا ما شفت دولة ويوم واحد ماشي في يوم جمعة ماشي المسجد عشان يصلي. أنتم شفتوا دولة ويوم واحد ماشي للمسجد عشان يصلي ولا يوم الأحد. بالنسبة للمسيحيين ما في ربنا بمشي كنيسة يوم الأحد. ما في دولة بمشي كنيسة يوم الأحد. ما في دولة بمشي للحج لمكة. ده إنسان يا الشخص، ولا سواء كان العمرة ولا الحج، ده الشخص مش الدولة. وكان مدنا بعدين مشينا لربنا. ما في دولة حكومة يمشي جهنم ولا يمشي الفريق. الواحد ده يا وانت بوقف قدام ربنا وربنا بيشوف انت عملت شنو، مش دولة بتاعك عمل شنو. ده انت عملت شنو. يا جماعة ده حقائق. فما ممكن نفرق ناس لأجل الدين. خلينا نسيب الدين للشخص والدولة لنا كلنا للجميع. ده هو طريقة الممكن نوحد بها السودان ونبني دولة قوية في أفريقيا في الغارة ده. فده موقف بتاعنا بالنسبة للدين، موقف واضح. ثالثا قال العروبة في خطورة. الثقافة العربية ثقافة سودانية، جزء من ثقافات بتاع السودان. ده ما عنده شك. لكن واحد من الثقافات. النوير عندهم ثقافة، الفور عندهم ثقافة، النوبة عندهم ثقافة، الدناقل عندهم ثقافة، البيجي عندهم ثقافة، الدينك عندهم ثقافة. كل ثقافات ديل يا بكون السودان. وما في واحد من الثقافات دي المحددة. ما في خطورة لأي من الثقافات دي، سواء كان ثقافة عربية ولا أفريقية وغيره في السودان. فتعددية ده تعددية بتاع الثقافات برضو حاجة حلو، حاجة كويس، ما بطالة. كلي نبني بو السودان الجديد اللي احنا بقول ده موقفنا على ثلاثة حاجات دي. فوحدة السودان ما محدد، ما في خطر له. الإسلام في السودان ما محدد، ما في خطر له. الثقافة العربية في السودان ما محدد، ما في خطر له. فأي سبب بتاع شكله الإخوان الجبهة بيقول في ثلاثة حاجات دي عموا نفوسهم يا مملكين يا محفزين بتاع ثلاثة حاجات دي. أنا بقول يا ترابي ده كلام فارغ. أنا ده جوان قرن ده أنا بؤمن بوحدة السودان. أنا ما ضد الإسلام وأنا ما ضد ثقافة عربية. فلأجل شنو الجبهة يشاكلني؟ أنا بس عاوز عدالة لكل الجنسيات في السودان. ونحن تعبانين زي ما قال أبو شرح قبل، الاقتصاد مندحر تماما. ناس تعبانين في خرطوم، ناس تعبانين في كل جهات بتاع السودان. وعشان التفرقة ده أي بيت بتاعك انت عندك يا سودانيين بجوز نسوان كثير، كان عندك ثلاثة مرة في بيت، وكل مرة يقول ده عنده 5 وده عنده 4 وده عنده 6. إذا بدأت في بيت ده تفرق بين النسوان بتاعك وبين العيال بتاعك، بيت بتاعك ده ما بيكون أمين، هيكون فوق شكله always دائما. خلينا ننظف بيت بتاعنا عشان نمشي بطريق صحيح، طريق منطقي. كان سألوك انت بشرح زي ما انا بشرح ده، انا بكلم بدون خوف، انا بكلم عشان انا بكلم الحقيقة. واي دولة اي بلد اي بيت ما اسسوه على حقائق بموت بفركة. فيا جماعة نحن طبقنا الفلسفة بتاعنا دي، أو سبب أنتم موجودين إنه ديل هم بشاكلنا عشان فهمون بقلب ناس الجبح، هم أخوانا والسودانيين. دي أو سبب سيبوا أنتم. فعلا في ناس من الجيش الشعبي، ناس تانيين راسهم قوي وزعلانين، ديل أفراد. لكن سياسة الحركة نحن بنشوف انتم القاعدين انتم ده، انا بنشوف انتم كل انتم كأخوان بتاعي. انتم كنتوا في الجيش، ففي الجيش في نظام عندكم ضباط على عقيد الطيب معاكم هنا. النظام بتاع الجيش لازم يستمر حتى لو انت عصروك، لازم يكون في احترام بتاع الجيش. فانتم واحدة يا انتم كنتوا في موربو وفي بازي وفي كايا ومحلات اخرى، انتم واحدة. الاخوان من الوفد بتاع التجمع جاء لكم عشان يونس معكم. الناس بتاعنا برضو في الحركة يونس معكم، والناس يتكلم كل الحقائق زي ما انا بكلم هسه. فانت حر الان، انت حر كلم اي حاجه عاوز تقول اللي بيفيد البلد. فالظروف اللي انت فيه طبعا ظروف ما تمام. انا بيعرف انه ما عندكم ملابس، ما عندكم بطاطين، وفي سكت، انتم بتعبوا واكل ما كفايه. ونحن حنطالب الجهات دوليه عشان يساعدنا، عشان نساعد انتم. انا ما عندي حاجه في يدي، اذا كان في هسه انا كنت وديته بطاطين ولبس، انا ما عندي ديل في يدي، لكن احنا بفتش عشان الظروف بتاعكم يكون افضل من ده. اما هيحصل شنو، هتعملوا شنو؟ اول شيء روق في عقلك، وخوف ده يكون ما في، وانت تشيله محلك كمواطن سوداني. بعدها انت هتشور عقلك بعد الاستقرار ده، الاستقرار النفسي، وتشيل الموعظة بتاعك كإنسان، وكإنسان سوداني محترم، انت تعمل قرار بتاعك. لكن أسد الظروف بتاعكم، ظروف عصروكم قريب ده، انتم هتكلم حاجات ديل كله مع الوفد، مع الإخوة في الحركة. لكن أنا كنت عاوز نجي مع الفريق أول كضمانة إنه أنتم في أمانة. وأنا متأكد السودان بتاعنا ده عنده مستقبل كبير. شكرا.
Hello, Adiala Hodge, Ichol. Good evening to you in your location. Kevita. I salute you too. I can't hear your voice. Happy 16 May to you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Kev, salamat.
Hello, Isaac. Nepal.
Ana po already. Yeah, Islam.
Oh, that's a great day to see you, Isaac, and the team of Lagos State Media.
Yeah.
You are doing wonders. Whenever there is anything that we want to express our views, you bring it up. May 16 will not go in vain for sure. In thousands of years to come,
Yeah.
we will celebrate May 16 for sure.
Correct.
And May 16 is the starting of freedom of South Sudan. A lot of people from South Sudan knows what a liberation is. It started from people whom we know, all of us, and they liberated us from wherever we are in wherever we were in the whole Sudan.
Correct.
In Sudan, we were looked like slave, like nobody, just the set or forced people in a hierarchy. Like in the Western world here, people are arranged in a certain numbers. Woman first or children first, woman second. Maybe animals. Some animals were to be said and forced, and the whole black man or woman were to be forced or fished. And that's what we fought in South Sudan. We don't want to be a second citizen or forced or whatever. We don't want that. And that's why our people, our liberators, started the war in 1983.
Yeah.
And not even that. They were starting war in even 1955. So I give my salute to whoever started the war in 55 for our liberation to be people independent, and everything count. It started there. If it doesn't start in 55, I think starting of 83 could have no meaning, by the way. So people start little bit by little bit until 83 when John Garang and has fellows like William Yuan Bang, Carbino Kwanyet Bol, rebel against the government of Sudan. And that's why we got our independence. So I want to say, and this my message, whoever involved in 1983, in May 16, like what we are celebrating today, we salute him or we salute her. So I will say Carbino Kwanyenoye, William Yuan Banyoye, and whoever joined them after, I will salute them too, including our mentor. I don't want to call it a president, like that's a guy that influence our ideas, influence our thinking. That's our Dr. John Garang Damabia. Somebody started it, like Carbino and William Kwanyin Bo, and I think Nguyen Bang.
Nguyen Bang and Carbino Kwanyin Bo.
And Carbino Kwanyin, that's what I want to try. So, and then they merge with ideas of John Garang who come after them. So if it's not them, we will not have this celebration today. Celebration of May 16. So I will say always May 16 Oye. And I have to mention, or all about the South Sudanese will have to mention those names. Carbino, Kwanyin Bo, and William Yuan Bang, and Dr. John Garang Damabir. If it's not them, including the people who follow after, our president right now, Salva Kiir Mayadi, and the rest of the fellow, including our martyrs who died for the sake of South Sudan to get independent of South Sudan, is 2 million plus. 2 million plus, maybe 3,000 now, because people are dying every day, and then because somebody want to liberate South Sudan again. I don't know what liberation is. But we got our independence. That's in 2011. That's on July 9, 2011. That's our independence. Whoever want to rebel now, history or us, the people of South Sudan, I don't think we will recognize them because there is nothing to liberate. Our liberation is only one, and it should remain one. Mark my word, it should remain one. There is no other revelation that could liberate us from whatever. We got our independence. And that independence should be protected by all of us. If Isaac rebel today, we will fight him because we don't need any revolution, nobody. Nowhere. What Isaac want? What a deal want if I have to rebel today? What my Majak Moon? Madin Majak, or Peter Kane, or Agardeng Mabog, or whoever want to rebel today will not follow them. So you guys, plus me and other people who love our independence, let's protect it. You got it. You got the revolution. You have to protect it. As we got independence, you got your independence. Protect it. You got your country. Defend it. So we have to protect what we got now. That's the whole thing that I want to say. If somebody want to rebel, if you either want to rebel, we'll fight you because of the protection of South Sudan. We want to protect it. What do we want after this independence of South Sudan? So I want to say this is not a day for talk. This is a day for celebration of South Sudan independence. And independence of South Sudan is start on May 16 when we rebel against whatever regime in Khartoum by then. So we achieve it, and we have to express our views that we are happy that we got our own country, and that's it. We got nothing to say above all. If
All right.
somebody want to rebel, me and Isaac and Majak and Makur and whoever there with you guys there, we have to go in the front and fight it or
It's
her,
okay.
whoever
That's,
there.
that's why we
So
said
so
before.
May 16 OA, that's all I want to come about. May 16 OA is whoever started that war for liberation, they are our martyrs, they are our liberators, they are whatever you want to say. It's
Thank you.
not Denga, it's not whoever, it's not Nuer, it's all us South Sudanese who
Thank,
got that independent to be independent today as South Sudan. Thank you, Isaac, for giving me this chance.
thank you. Thank you so much. Roy, I appreciate your words. And today is a day that we remember the lives that the people we lost, those who sacrificed, and those who are also still alive. And some of them are disabled, Maogin. This is their day. We will never forget that. We have to
Amen.
recognize their achievement that brought the country that we call ourselves now South Sudanese people through their blood or sweat. Also, ما ننسى المواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان كله, all the South Sudanese who stood side by side with the Harka Shabia, which is the SPLA, SPLM. They are the people who give the logistic for the army to fight the war. So we also have to recognize these citizens, the farmers, the ladies who carry water and cook food for the army to fight the war. We will not forget the youth also who are captured or asked to carry ammunition for the army going to the war. But for Bekat, Sanadik, but the ammunition, you know, I could tell Bihoj, Kanim, Parapol, and they did that. So they are part of parcel of this movement, and they also deserve to be recognized as well.
I wanna add something in Isaac Kujula Brahmadi. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just only one. We sacrifice, our people sacrifice, especially when people were going to the bush and having guns or whatever. The liberation time, that's what I mean. Our people, and you just stated really very good that all of us, including the people of the countryside,
Yes,
they really participate in a good number and in everything, in food, in cattle, in whatever, which they give to the liberation.
yeah.
Our liberation that started in May 16 survived because our people in a countryside give them food, give them everything. I think you mentioned something that they take them and then they carry the bullet and guns and so forth. You mentioned that one, but you forget to mention something that the food that they were surviving, they were getting they don't get it from SPLM, SPLA by the that food was from people. If that battalion is in Yerul area, for example, they don't get food from nowhere. They get it from normal people. The same to Rumbek, the same to Chepet, the same to whatever. Wherever they are found, they have to eat from there.
Yeah.
What surprised me, I'm not against the SPLM, and that's why I'm here. And we have to do something about SPLM to just do something to our people too. Abraham Madid, I'm talking to you. If you want to invite me one of the days or either, we'll talk about this. But I want to give you a little bit of what I hate.
Well,
And especially nowadays.
This is the day
No.
that you talk about. You talk.
Yeah, yes.
This is the day you
Yeah.
talk about.
Okay, thank you so much. Some days back, we see the tour of the SPLM going to Lake State and to Awili State. That's North Bargaza. And they know this is the center of the SPLM. Those are the heart of the SPLM. If the Lake State don't vote for them in the next coming election, SPLM will not win. If the North Barkadal don't vote for the SPLM will not win. I don't mean Salpa, I'm just talking about SPLM. So, if I would have put our mantra in the legislature, is our big guy, a politician that's well known, that's known over the legislature. If you could go in Abraham and talk, okay, we want to make development, and I hope the development could have come from there in Juba and then come to the state all together. And then I would have couldn't come and say and talk to people that we need from every county of Lake State 20,000 cows from every county. We got 8 counties in Lake State. You multiply 20,000 cows by 8 counties, it will be 160,000 cows. Where are they going? What he said, oh, the SPLM need you to contribute these cows. We want to develop our area. That the Lake State was 106,000 cows. I don't know where I will leading, guys. We fought the war, given whatever we have in the liberation time, and then now they come back and ask us to develop our areas. I don't know. My question is, if somebody want to answer or somebody out there, do we need really to develop our area instead of the government to come and develop our area? Because that's what they were fighting for. They fought for that one so that they make our areas, including the Lake State, to be developed. Why now are they asking us to develop our area? I don't know. I don't have the answer. If my answer is there, I will say no, we are not paying this. And I think our people back home there said it clearly that we are not paying those cows. And imagine, even Lake State is not even SPLM, all of it. If you come to ask me today, if I am home there, whether I'm SPLM, I will say I am not SPLM because I don't want to release my cow. 160,000 cows to release for the development of Lake State. Where is the government contribution? That's my question. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. If you want to answer, it's okay. If you want to bring somebody from Juba anytime, bring him and I will confront him. That's it.
Yeah. First of all, there is one thing that I need to say. Taban, the citizen, you are in Western world with us, and the development is the citizen who develop. There's not government can't get something out somewhere out from the not from the citizen. So we start with the city council, for example. A council or suburb where you are living, the tax they gain or they collect from you, or the fines if you park your car wrongly or you did something mistake, They are returned to you for the development of the roads or whatever necessities that are required at the time. So coming to that, it's not bad for the citizen to contribute for something that will benefit them. So the question is, we will talk about this more because the SPLM has promised. I remember the speech of John Garang in ABA when he was saying that it's a payback time to pay back
True.
to our citizen. And also I have a lot of quotes in his different speech when he was sanitizing the all Sudanese about CPA, especially the speech he made in the Akwe, also in Rumbek, Lake State. He was guiding, let's put it this way, he was guiding the community, let's say the Muatanin, where they should have the right to be heard or whom they can consult it. SPLA, the Jesh Bitoman, that Muatan. Oh, SPLM, Galdea Party Pitako, where you will be asking questions. If the SPLM saying that, Ana Bijib Lekum Marsa, or Ana Biamulekum Shawaria, Ushare Demata, you have a right to come and ask. To ask, where is Tokweran, where Chagle walk, don't know. And where you can ask that question is through SPLM. That is your party. If you come to SPLA, SPLA is your army. This was really very open. For I will not exhaust this or go deeply to the request of Honorable Daniel Wenakut in this show now, because we are in a celebration mood or recognition mood of those who has lost their life. But you put it across. We were already having an idea that we should come up with such a debate to discuss it. So
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you, Isaac and Adiel for coming up with this question. You know, we are on the process to do a show specifically for that comment that Honorable General.
Hello.
Welcome, Bolatien. So you know, what I'm thinking about this thing, we're not going to talk a lot about it, but I disagree what General said, because this is not the time. When he mentioned that the citizen of Lake State want to contribute 20,000 cow to the SPLM, I was recalling the quote that Dr. John Grant said, that we are taking town to the people. You see, that statement alone, when John Grant said this, so when the SPLM, SPLA got independent, and we all got our own.
Give me a second, I'm coming. I need to move to the office. I'm coming. I will join you now. Just continue.
Okay, yeah, go, yeah, do your stuff, and then you can come. So when he mentioned that, I was thinking about that quote, that comment late Dr. Graham said. So now this is not a time for now for the SPLM to have the citizen to contribute 20,000 cows for development. So where is the vision that the SPLM was having? Because when we get our independence, the SPLM, the government, will contribute the money, give the money to the state, and then they make development. You know, the citizen, again, these citizens, they suffer so much. Especially, let's talk about the Lake State. So Lake State is one of the states suffered so much, because Lake State at the time during the struggle movement was the state in the center, and everything was done in that state. And all the civilian that they want to contribute food, cow, goat, anything for the soldiers. And now, and they're asking more again, that suppose this is the time for the SPLM, the government to give back, to pay back to the citizen, to bring school, health clinic, building roads, construction, and other much more, you see, in the state level. So for the general, I would say that I think it's not a good idea, and I'm glad that the ship came out and rejecting it. Because the state government supposed to have the money. So where the tax money go? Where the money that the government give to the state? Where those money go? So if you talk about the term of development, you should that PLM party support to bring the resources to the people, not the people give the resources to the party. So that's what I see. But we will leave that way. We will talk a lot. But we are working on that. It will be a specific show where we recognize the invited people in Lake State, and then we could talk about it. So that is, we will reserve that. Let's go back to our celebration. Dwalajan, welcome to Lake State Media. So is the eve from us here is the eve of 16th of May, but in South Sudan now is 16 May. So how is 16 May is like to you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Madid, and our brother there, and the audience. I am Dolarjan, the leader of the Union Party of South Sudan, UPLS. Madid, when we talk of the 16, usually we used to call it 16 Mayo. It's it's kind of when I come to learn about our struggle. The fact that they struggle is so much. It has been our people has contributed. It need actually to be honored. But I have a problem with 1983. This 1983 is a big problem. We should not even celebrate it because it is based on false narrative. And that is why, a false narrative is it will never become a true, and it will always fall apart. That is why most people don't even celebrate it. The reason is because, we cannot mark this one as the starting of our struggle for the Southern Sudan. Because, there has been a historical event before 1983. And those events, we don't want to recognize them. So this is, it look like we are going to have another problem when our people are enlightened, when our people become enlightened of their own history. So there will be always a problem ahead. So it's very important for us to point out right now, because these are the things that, if we talk about our history, the way how Southern Sudan become today independent country, then we need to point
Yeah,
the
let me say
1947.
Dolarjan. Just hang on, just give me a second, please. I know what you are trying to say here. We know the movement when the first rebellion started in the country called Sudan was 1956. No, 1955. The 18
No.
Yes.
That is wrong. That is totally
55. Yeah.
Yes,
that's wrong.
The first mutiny occurred in Torit. This is where the movement started officially.
That is very wrong.
Hang on. I'm coming.
Our people, they don't know their history. Sorry about that.
In 1972, when they have this Ababa agreement, it was not honored by all the members of the movement by then. There are some who like it and those who did not. They formed something called Anyanya 2.
because they were having Anyanya. So what you are talking now, you need to recognize Anyanya too. We know Anyanya too was there. There were some armed rebels who were already still in the bush. But in 1983, 16th of May, why we remember is the official coordinated mutiny, which was supposed to be a mutiny in the country. But when it was intercepted, this is where it has exploded into the war, and they joined the movement. They started the name of the SPLA, SPLM, not Anyanya 2. So Anyanya 2 were absorbed or joined.
Either you know, most of our people actually need to be enlightened and to be told the truth, because if we don't say the truth now, we're going to have a country without any truth in it. And if the country is formed without any truth, you will never miss chaos and problem and a lot of issue and a lot of genocide and tribal problem. We need to be truth. You know, when we have truth, we created a country with truth. I think we're going to have a peaceful.
Hello, Isaac.
Because of the truth, you know. If you look at John Garang, what John Garang say, and I wanted to point this one is very important. John Garang said it in the speech you played. John Garang said this.
Yes.
John Garang say, hold on. John Garang say, any house, he's talking about a home now, a house, small unit, any house established without.
You just send him out. Send him out from that studio, please. You sent him out from that studio. He does not belong to this celebration. Let him get out of it.
Yeah,
send him away.
They will always say that because they don't like
it. It does not belong to this celebration.
Who's hurt? I think it's David, right?
Right. Yes, hang on a second. Yeah, go ahead, David. You need to say this. Who do you need to be recognized in this state, or which day do you need to be recognized? Apart from 16th May? That's my question to you.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Let me start with this.
Send him out.
The question is really very good. I think, and I strongly advocate that we should actually more recognize officially the 1947 conference. That is when people were talking about South Sudan, the basis. And the mutiny, I know the 1955 mutiny.
And bloodshed on 1947 or the conference, that conference?
The 1955 was actually based on the idea of the 1947. And that is why you see it's very important that we talk of things like the truth to basis the country. And that is that idea is not actually brought out and clearly explained to our people. That's why most people here, more audience, don't know this. So our country ideologically, not those who grab it, people like
okay, let us stop there. So, do you celebrate? Do you recognize May 16 or not?
Well, I just recognize as an event, but it should not be honored like how we formed or we began our historical.
So let us stop there. Let us stop there because you are defending, you are offended the veteran. Okay, well, you are offended. Hang on. You are offended our martyrs who lost their life during armed struggle between 1983 to 2005.
And those ones
no,
before 1983.
Abraham, can I come in? Abraham,
I want to bring David Amor in.
Yeah.
So let us not.
I know you don't like to.
No. Hang on.
Discuss there will be a time when we will be discussing this thing. Okay.
I know you long time ago in Lagos State media. Once you see the a show, you always come and try to drag people out of the topic. That's the common thing that you have. That is something well known to me.
Isaac and Abraham, let me come in a little bit. Can I say something?
Hang on, Adiel, we will give you a chance. One of the things shocked me from Dwalatjan is because Dwalatjan is one of them a tiger. Okay? So he was in Tiger in 2023. I'm not talking about during the SPLA. During the SPLA, he's one of the Jagamir. So, and I was surprised that he's the one who come to opposite side. So, let me stop there. Give a chance to David.
Before David, let me say this one. I'm not talking. I just want to correct something. Okay? Can I say it?
David is really late for him. We have to give him that particular chance. You will come in Adiel.
It was about this guy called Dalarjan. That's what I want to talk about. It's okay. Go ahead. It's okay.
David, are you there? Hello, David. Do you hear us?
Yes, Isaac, I'm here. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
And first of all, yeah, I will salute the martyrs by the same word that we had shared with them when they were with us, and they shall remain with us until when Jesus comes.
Amen.
For their resilience and their sacrifice is what is allowing us to be recognized today. We are in their image. They have created us, and they left for us other miles to create others. For me, when you brought the video of Ketback, I was in Ketback in that battle, and I didn't know that one time I will be talking about the history of the capturing of Nasser. But God has made His own way, together with my fellow comrades. Among of them are you, because you spend a lot of money buying airtime. You spend a lot of time to sit there, and we don't have to tolerate others this time around. Those people who have some negative comments down there, please, you block them. There should be no any other time in our life that we will say we are regretting for our liberation and our mission, which has become a successful mission in Africa. First of all, somebody, a friend of mine, have just sent me a text message asking me, but all of you were African. If you go on that line, few African countries, and it is the only country in the 21st century to pick up an arms and fight is only South Sudan. There's no any other country. The rest were granted in silver plates just for the sake of humanity. But for us, we fought a vigorous enemy, an enemy that is still being feared up to today by majority of the great powers of the world. So the SPLA must be respected for that. So it has to be in our life, and we said SPLA all the time. Because if we don't say SPLA all the time, we will be like the pagan who do not have a religion in the world of a divide of where the wicked always has to call for a spiritual divinity, and you have none. Therefore, we must call for the spirit of our martyrs. Remember them because they are our families. Two, we are showing the world all these commemorations in order for them to justify our values of humanities. Like we have captured millions of them, if not thousands, and rendered them back to their life. And they had not returned even one soldier from us. And that is the question. What is their humanity value that they should have been left to have a life, by the way? But with African, a wicked enemy is also respected so that he does have to change his own ways of aggressiveness. And if you see into the history right now, it is the same South of Sudan that was marginalized, humiliated, talk hills about their belief because they are black. That is even salvaging to save the so-called Sudan, politically and economically right now. Therefore, the ideology of the SPLA, SPLM, did not started with what those of Dol Largin. Dor Largin is sick. He should seek to go to hospital. He cannot just pronounce all those struggle, including the struggle before 1956, the struggle of Mahdia, the struggle of in the 1882, 18, up to 1889, South Sudanese did participate. So we don't mean that we don't want to recognize those who, like those of Anyanya too, who were Anyanya too.
Those who
Those of
perish.
Anyanya too, they were dissidents.
Yeah.
So if you could see, and the other thing, if you could see, we have changed the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Those days, the yellow star was red. There is a story about it, and it is the same struggle because the West were not happy seeing us having a red star.
Red star, which
They
means we
were
are.
calling us communists.
Yep.
We were communists.
And
Yeah,
it
and we told them, what do we do?
that's why we
If
have
you are in
children
hell, you
in Cuba and Russia, China, the
yeah,
West.
that's true. And,
Yes.
mostly it was Russian who helped us through the Pan Africanism. These Westerners who are pressing us today about, oh, you go and preach our religion, which is democracy. We're not going to preach their religion, democracy as per what they know. We are going to preach it, yes, fine, but democracy according to us, not according to them. Anything that we'll do in that country must be according to us. That's why we are still trying to shape it. And if God wish, it is the only during the SPLA that Dor Largin has to see a white man in Penyudu. You could have died before even seeing an Arab, leave alone a white man, and leave alone going to America. These are the dividends. This is what we have gained. Those who are commenting down there, oh, people are eating what? You are eating what? If there is any people who are eating whatever they are eating, let them eat it. But the country shall come one time when it is much more bigger than us. So those comments, please, if you see them on certain occasions, you have to block them. Otherwise, they are spoiling our joyous celebration. 39 years. 39 years. Like you, Tiang Paul and Isaac Madid, and most of you down there, you should celebrate. This is a birthday of a white man. Who, you know, birthday, yes, you know. So uh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
was
it's
just
okay.
listening and
Yeah,
got
it's okay.
affected, and I
Okay.
knew that Lake State is going to host it, And I woke up very early, and we are continuing. Even today, it is Monday today, and maybe from Monday onward, we have got some other diplomatic work, including the ABA conference that we need to organize here. This is a part of the sacrifice. This is a part of the liberation. We did not forget our old files, our friends, the Noble Mountains, the Southern Blue Niles, and even within the Sudanese, including the NDA, because our ideology was to free everybody, was to let everybody talk like this. Those who talk nonsense down there that they are from Mogui and this Equatorian, where were they during the war? Where were they? Why should they have to regret somebody who has just come and live as a South Sudanese? Those of Magali, those of where were they? They were, most of them were in Congo. Most of them were in Uganda here. Where were they during the war? But they are still recognized as a people and brothers and sisters of South Sudan. But let them have to shy away by destroying and giving you a wrong comment. Please let us celebrate and we'll continue from there. Otherwise, I salute all of you and salute our President Kiir and the rest, so that we will see some more 300 or 3,900 more years to our children and grandchildren to celebrate. Thank you. SPLOA.
Thank you so much, David. Adiala Osh, let's have a break because we were about to be drilled from the celebration or recognition of our heroes and heroines and the bloodshed by those who sacrificed themselves. So we don't need to disrespect our wounded heroes and heroines and the present soldiers who are still alive. So let's have a break with Emmanuel Kembe, song that recognize every single one who participating, whether you are in Darfur, Juba Nuba, Northern Sudan, or where you come from, and then you will come in, please.
Philip Gabush, many friends, we lost along the way. Samuel Gaitut, Abdallah Shor, many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Let us honor Agergum, Martin Manuel, Joseph Oduho, Nyachikak Nyashelu. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends.
We lost along the way of freedom. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Kembe. Many heroes we lost along the way of freedom that we have been fighting. We still recognize them.
Either can I finish very quick, and then I will let you with the inviting with new people.
No, we have. I posed someone before. I played the song, such that he has to come in. Dear Comrade Adiel Laoj.
Yeah. Before I just very quick. You know, I wanted to.
No, you will come back. You will come after him.
Who is that? Adiel, but it's not here, right? Or
it's here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's here. Adiel, go ahead. Comrade Biliu, Peter Biliu, welcome to Lagos State Media.
Am I on live now?
Yes, you are.
Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Isaac in the
Yes, in the already. Go ahead.
Okay. Kaga winaka ye makadwal be bana chan makaping. And the canal will chokadul kadabe ku ping, and then we go from there. Dalorjan, please, if you are hearing me, I give you my chance.
I hear you. You know, I speak Denka as well.
No, I know that. I'm
okay.
not going that.
Yeah. That's the good thing with the Red Army, because we are very diverse and we speak so many dialects. Okay, because John Garang taught us a lot of things in the when we were actually in the movement. So when we are talking here, we are not talking about what we learn or what we hear from now. We are talking of what we experience in real life. So that's why I was telling you, my brother, the 1983 is not the beginning of our struggle. It should not even be celebrated. And if you keep celebrating it, forcing on people, most people, they know is a false narrative of the reality. And anything created based on false, without truth, it will always have chaos and it will kill people. That's why you are seeing only some people think, oh, we have got a country, but you are seeing a blood. So my brothers, the reason is because there is a false narrative here of our history. And we want to correct it. We want actually to tell our people how we begin. The creation of South Sudan began in the long beginning from 1947. Officially, that is how South Sudan was actually formed, officially and ideologically. Now, when it come in August 18, 1955, was based on the idea that Southern Sudan is already formed and should be separated from the north. Okay, so that's why there was mutiny in Turin. And because they didn't understand, those officers, they didn't understand the ideology very well, they were actually later on convened to be transferred to Khartoum, and the general was killed. Even most of you, because you don't mention the general who was killed in Turin. Why you don't mention his name? He's a very important guy, actually. Probably because we are torn toward the tribalism. Everybody, they want their story, they want their person to be known. But that guy, I don't know even what tribe he is, whether he's from where, but I think he deserves actually to be honored. Because yes.
Let him go, Isaac. Let him go.
I think, a lot of people when I talk, they have a lot of questions and a lot of things.
No
they
question.
Don't give me
No
time.
question.
That's the name of that general you said we don't recognize him.
Oh, his name? In 1947, there was an ideology created, a process how the South Sudan should be fought, whether by military force or by political wing. So all these they were in place. There was a general station. Actually, he was not a general by then, but I call him a general because he was demoted by the Northerners, or what we call by then they were Arab. His name he was a lieutenant, actually, he's a first lieutenant, actually, and his name was Ronaldo Lonyanya. So this guy was based in Torit with about 1,700 and almost 1,800 troops from the south, not Dinka, not Nuer, but these troops, they were in Torit, they were all over from the south. And that's why I wanted you guys to be concerned about what happened in our history. So that general, later on, when these troops, the 1,800 were supposed to be transferred to Khartoum because of what happened in Juba in the conference, because they knew people were talking about separation, and they know these forces of Torit are a very big force. So the Arab began to transfer these people, and they refused it. So that's why you hear the only thing but that I think that one need to be recognized as well. Now let's come to when
make it short. Make it short.
Let me come to what happened in 1983. 1983, always I've been talking is based on false narrative, because first of all, John Garang, when he came, he was hijacked from Anyanya 2, and Anyanya 2 was a continuation of what happened in 47, in 55. But now the SPLA in 1983, they came up with a false, very, 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 very actually wrong ideology that we are fighting for whole Sudan, which I believe now with the education we have, it will be questioned and it will be like a nonsense. Nobody will buy it. So right now, the people, most of our people, by then they were not educated. So it ended up killing a lot of people. But why John Garang say that? A lot of people don't know. John Garang, he was saying that because he doesn't like the Benson Kwanyu was leading the Anyanya 2 to be leader simply because he's Nuer. So the tribalism began in 1983. A lot of people don't know this. But now our history proof, even when I said it, our history prove it now that we have a tribalism in our country. So the country is formed based on tribe. Each of every tribe right now is claiming to be the hero of the country.
You are dreaming. You see, you are dreaming your form of argument, or also the celebration of May 16, from what it is in May 16, 1983, to the tribalism. You see, celebration or recognition is done when there is something that you achieve on. May 16, that when those soldiers start shooting in Bor, 1983. You see, that's why. Okay, for you saying that, okay.
Now, if we celebrate it, now, hold on. If we are celebrating
achievement, you said that you want people to recognize these people way back 1956 or elsewhere. Do you know how many people died? These people you are talking about, what did they achieve exactly? What did they achieve? Can you tell us what did they achieve?
Let me answer it. Then the idea of 1947 has finally achieved. They have achieved our independence.
One second.
What did they achieve?
We achieved our independence. South Sudan.
Abraham, this guy will consume all our time, and nobody will even talk. He will consume all of it.
We are now giving their idea to John Garang, who was fighting for unity of Sudan.
Don't large it. Please, just hang on, everybody. Don't large it.
Hold on.
No. It's something that this is the fourth time in my show. Number 4, you have been coming in, interrupting the show to trail what the people are here, and you take us to nowhere. Now you are dragging us to tribalism and to recognition of those whom we have no idea, on those who have a different move, or those who are part of this, part and parcel of this celebration. Because SPLM is the birth from Anyanya 1, Anyanya 2, and then it becomes SPLA. It's always being recognized. But you are dragging us out of the point. So we don't need to disrespect the millions. All the millions lives that we lost, we don't need to disrespect them. So today is not a politics day to come and argue.
Well, I think I'm going to excuse myself because you guys, you don't like the truth.
Let the debate for it another day, but today let's respect this life. Those who sacrificed, who lost their lives, millions of people, we have to recognize it and respect their contribution and sacrifice. That's what I want to tell you. If you want to be leader, really, in that country, also recognize the others who suffered before you.
Okay, it's okay. You continue with your wrong belief and something that is not true. You don't want to be corrected. Is fine, but I will always stand with the truth. You know.
But no one is denying the truth.
Never mark our history. It will just cause chaos. Let's go back to 1947. The true and genuine and practical original of ideology of South Sudan, of where we are right now. That is the day we should celebrate, not May 16. We have to go back to the continent of Cuba. That is where the idea of South Sudan come from. It didn't come in 83 or Anyanya 2 or Anyanya 1, no. And that is the truth I wanted to tell our audience today. So thank you very much. You want me to discuss it more? I have a lot of good sources that will give the people our country will serve us.
It's all
and
right,
if we continue with this misleading, it's going to cost us more bloodshed than what you have realized, than what you are celebrating. And I can prove that even from right now, this week, people are talking about there is a lot of tribal popularity.
Don't lodge it. Please. Please. Let me just with a respect way.
Please, I have some requests. The studio.
David, my brother, welcome.
Thank you.
I don't mind.
I welcome Bolmayom also in our
along cái tiền như mà luôn before anh ấy chỉ giảm một tẹt muốn
con có được luôn sao là điều
cái yên bằng nhắn cái đi chân lên cho luôn là cái bị quậy có cái là nhảy gì kìa. Isaac, are you with me? Hello. Okay,
yes, I was saying that we hear you clearly, and also our audience listen to you.
What I would like really to say, We talk already about May 16 and we celebrated and we want to celebrate because that's ideal celebration that we have right now. Whoever come with whatever fake news or whatever, this is our celebration. Whatever distortion come in or out is okay. Let's ignore it. May 16 is the real starting of our liberation. We said it already. And we will continue to say it. That's the beginning of our liberation, of our independence, even, I can say so. So we were independent by starting because we know what we were up to. By force, everyone was coming, we're going to that. And that's a determination of South Sudanese that to get their independence. And we got it. And we are free of it. And we are happy about it. Nothing will say about that. Whoever ignore it or downplay it or whatever is up to him or up to her. We don't care. The Lord, he believes in imagination somewhere. If he imagines something out of context, it's up to him. I don't care, near Delia. I don't care, or Delia. I don't care. South Sudan is in our own hand now. It's our country. And nobody can say that was not the way to fight the independence of South Sudan. It was begin this way or that way, but I know only one way. That's May 16. That's the starting of our struggle. There was Anyanya 1, there was ever Anyanya 2, or whoever you got. I don't know. Some people want to sabotage this one in either. And we will not give them a chance to sabotage it. Let them try. Majority of South Sudanese are with 1983. Nobody will deny that one. If that Lorgan, and I will come to that one later. Let me finish this. So our 1983 celebration should go smoothly without any objection because that's the real. It's the real. Whoever denied out there is up to him or up to her. I said it only. You know, I will come to the origin. That's what I need a chance already to come to me, and then I will answer him a little bit. Not direct though. Imagination that in their mind, whoever with the origin or other people. I just want to explain a little bit. Those like Nuer, like not all the Nuer for sure. Nuer like Dalorjan and Riek Machar, they want to get a big share of South Sudan here. And that's why you see Riek Machar won a 50% from whatever you want. From the army, from the politician, from whatever. He need 50% to be equal to all 63 tribes of South Sudan. I don't know if it is real or not. According to Riek Machar, I don't know. Let me tell the truth, and that's what he's thinking. Basis Nuer, basis South Sudanese 64 tribe, and that's not here. And it will not happen. If we are trying it, in our eyes, I'm not in South Sudan, and I will not accept it. Even I'm in diaspora, I will not accept that. This the way the Lord is trying. You know how many mutinies against Riek Machar in South Sudan. And they are okay with it. Even Riek Machar like it that much. He won, if somebody rebel from Riek Machar today, like that Lord, he will get a portion of the government somewhere. Riek Machar will get his own, maybe 43%, he will get it. If the Lord come, maybe he will get 5%. That's okay with them. So they will get 48. And maybe somebody else, and I think there are a lot of population in Nuer area. So they will come in. And that's the intention. Let me say it in this time here. No. Let me say it. If somebody denied, I will confront him too. And that's the plan. And that plan is already known. It's known to us, to Adele, to Lagos State media, to whoever there, out there.
All right.
React. No. Just wait. No. I'm not tribalist. Don't worry. React plus.
To respect this.
So React plus whoever, like dollar, pengen. React plus whoever plus. They want a big number to be in a parliament, to be in the army, to be in whatever. And that's what Nuer people like. I'm not tribalist, but I have to say the truth. Before there were 75% in the army. And that's why that's what they were thinking, that they can take they could take a government of South Sudan. And that's what the result of 2013.
You don't break out from the
let me conclude. If that organ, he cannot challenge the Riang Machar, he cannot challenge anybody there. And he want to come, he want his own ratio. And that ratio will add up with whatever they want. And that will not happen.
Okay, yes, thank you. All right, thank you so much.
It will not happen. It will not happen in Lagos State media or wherever. It will not happen. It should not sabotage whatever we are doing. Celebration of 1983. That's a legitimate celebration. All South Sudanese should celebrate, including Dalarja. There is nothing wrong with it, because we all participate, even where Denga, ala Chuluk, ala Morle, ala whatever, we all celebrate on, we all contribute on it, not celebration.
Thank you so much. Now, in Janor, your I know Luan, thank you. Welcome to Lagos State Media. You just came in, and you have some members panelists who have not yet spoken ahead of you. We have to follow the routine. David, and then I will go to Bol Mayom Akut, and then to Luan. So please, what we are doing today is a remembering of our fallen heroes, the starting of the war in the country, 16 May. So we don't need to be drilled out such that we forget our heroes. And those who are still suffering now are disabled. Some of them, they lost limbs. They don't even eat with their food, or they don't even walk. Others are still suffering with trauma. So let us stick in that thing. Comrade David, Mabar, Fursa Hagar, Fadal.
Okay. I thank you, Ida King Paul and Ustaz Diala Onchol. And we don't have names here. I would have acknowledged the rest of the panelists here.
Yeah, they have the names.
Lual, and Brother Bolmayom Akut Dio. I acknowledge you all and the viewers of Lagos State Media. The reason I was listening in Clubhouse with Madid there, and then the last speaker, who was like one of those spoilers, was talking. He's a party spoiler. I can say that very sure. This is like in Arabic language, it's like this guy wants to fast in Rajab, Siyam fi Rajab, because he's talking about events in a different month. This is like a birthday. If you have 5 children and you are celebrating the birth of the last child, the first child protested and said, I was born first. I was the firstborn. Is that logic? No. Celebrating the last movement that achieved the independence doesn't mean that we ignore the firstborn movements like the 1955, the 1948 Mu'tamar Juba, or Anyanya 1, Anyanya 2. Celebrating 16th of May doesn't mean we are denying all those. All of these events, we will celebrate them on their day. That is the point here. That is the point here, that we celebrate each day on its day. That is point number 1 I wanted to make. Point number 2, among all these organizations, this is the day of counting the blessings of the SPLA. This is a day of celebrating and counting the blessings of the SPLA. We're not talking about the SPLM. SPLM is the ruling party. It has its problems, but we are talking about the SPLA. 16th of May, there was no SPLM. 16th of May, it was the beginning of the SPLA. So we're talking about SPLA. And so counting the blessing of the SPLA, if we are forced to compare the SPLA with all the history of South Sudan, all those who have spoken about federation, all those who have spoken about South Sudan independence, all those who have spoken before the SPLA, SPLM about the self-determination, they spoke about it, but they haven't achieved it. Even some of them joined the enemy in the end. So we are talking about the achievement. So it is the agreement. All those agreements with all the other movements were dishonored. So we are talking about the movement that signed an agreement, and that agreement has been honored, and that agreement brought the independence of our country. So that is the difference. And this deserves to be celebrated. Because this is when the goal of all these organizations has been achieved. And this is the grade that we give the SPLA. That the SPLA is the most successful organization, even in Africa. Most successful one, because it achieved what the people wanted. So that's what we're talking about here. So you spoilers, wait for your whatever your tribal day or whatever your people's day, and we will come and join you and celebrate. If you want to celebrate 1991, okay, wait for that day. Wait for that day and celebrate it. And those who are interested in your day as a day to be celebrated, they will join you. So that is what I wanted to add to your discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David.
SPLA waye, SPLA waye.
Yeah, you are right. Today is the day of the SPLA. It's SPLA Day, the beginning of the army, who turns against the government of Sudan by then. Before they formed a political movement called SPLM. So it was SPLA Day, and we have to recognize it. Thank you so much, David, for your words. Bol Mayom.
So now I will go to the comfortable zone of Clubhouse. I will join Madid there now. Thank you. So just drop.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day. Yeah.
Okay. I want to begin by thanking the Lake State media for hosting me here. That's my first time to be here, actually. So it is my glad and honored. So what I want to say here is that I'm someone who want to be taught about our history. See, and I was so disappointed when I want to see one of my elder here want to drag us to a different agenda, because there are those of us who lost their fathers during the struggle and have no idea what was going on. See, if we see the current situation now in South Sudan, some of us begin to question ourselves, was this the reason our fathers were fighting for? See, and if such a day like this day now came, there are those of us who are really who are interested to come and learn more of what has happened those days. Why were we fighting, and what are we supposed to do as we gain our independence? So that are the main reason I want to join today, and I want to recognize our fallen heroes and heroine who fought for our independence. So those days I can recall when I was, I think I was a child of 5. I could see some of the soldiers popping into our village, grabbing goats, posing our mothers and maybe our younger brothers and even elder brothers carrying some heavy machine guns, which we were having no idea what they are doing for. So we keep asking our fathers, what is this? Why are these people forcing people to? They are taking our goat, they are taking everything by force. Why? What happened? What is going on? Who are they? You see, we were made to understand the fact that these are the people who are fighting for certain right of our people. But because we were illiterate that time, we didn't understand. Some of us were saying, okay, now if people are talking of land being grabbed or some right, since this is the land is too big. In fact, I'm from Toin. I was like, my village is too big enough to accommodate these people. Why are they disturbing the peace of some other people? You see. But later, when we now come to school, we really understand why people were fighting. See, so I have to say thank those who really fought for our independence, those who have lost their life because of us, and those who are still suffering now because what they were fighting for is not what they are seeing. It is so ungrateful. So I hope that's my main reason today for joining this platform, to come and learn more how our history began, what we have achieved, and what we have failed to achieve based on what our parents were fighting for. So this is my main reason for being here, and I want to say that I'm here to learn. So I have no idea of what our history about. I'm someone who wants to learn. I say thank you so much for asking me here. I will be here until the end of this program. So I wish anyone who will join that have some ideas of what was happening. So I wish that person to not drag us from out of the topic and bring us forward for more information so that we can take a lesson our history. But yeah, so that's what I want to say, and thank you so much for asking me. I will be here. I'm nowhere to go.
Thank you so much, Comrade Bol Mayom. It's absolutely correct. We are here to commemorate the day that we lost so many lives. As you have mentioned now, that some of the children, they lost their parents in this war. That started in 1983 to 2005 when they signed CPA, Comprehensive Peace Agreement, that led to cessation of the country, South Sudan, to be independent from Sudan. So thank you. I hope all the viewers and everybody who will come on board, we have to respect this day. We respect the life we lost. We respect the wounded. We respect our community participation. Those who are still the villagers, they are not trained army, but they are logistic, financials support to the movement. As you mentioned, your brothers, they carry ammunition and heavy guns to the soldiers, or they have been carrying bags. That's it. So, Comrade Lual, welcome Lagos State Media. Thank you so much for being patient. The 10 is for you now.
All right. I'm actually very glad to be having a chance to come on board to talk today. Lagos State Media is not the first time, but I've been under there just listening or making comments. But there is one thing that made me to request to come on board for me to say something today. Before we were listening to people talking and their name were not up, but particularly there is a brother or my elder, if I can put it that way, who have spoken. He mentioned things that did not impress me at all, and that what have encouraged me to request to come and say something. I'm not actually um, targeting him, but in a way, I might be targeting him just to oppose what he have mentioned in his speech, to tell the other viewers not to take that one seriously. There is important occasion, like a day we're having today is important occasion. If it was any other issue, maybe I would have not bothered to come and want to say something. But history, the history, as my brother or my elder said, that we're not supposed to celebrate May 16. We have to go back to 1940s
47.
to 1950s. Those things, what I want to tell you, the viewers, and that person who mentioned those will be also listening if he is there listening. I just want to give a small example. Me, I'm from Dinka, I'm from Awil, and all of us as Dinka and some other tribe, they have the same. When you go hunting, you just kill, let's say you kill a rabbit, you kill maybe fox, or you kill antelope. That one does not come to the history. But when you kill a lion or you kill an elephant by yourself, then it will be written in the history. People will be talking about it. That is the same thing. And to remind him as well, those events in the past, yes, people knows that South Sudanese who are now having a country, they have started the struggle from very long time, but nothing worked along the way. Now, if I can ask that person to go and research, I'm sure no African country will know that what has happened in 1946 or 1956 or something like that. What they know is John Garang when he started revolution until he carried it on. Now we can appreciate Gerald Salva Kiir Mayardit because he was part of that struggle and is now the president. Let's say now, if we advance later on and somebody civilian comes in and be a president, I think it will stop from Kiir Mayardit if we talk about SPLA. That person will not be part. So why I'm saying this, even that person, if we say we can celebrate those past stories, we don't have a date for those things. We don't have a date. Why do we have 16 May? That means in the hand of Dr. John Garang, he have noted when did he start his movement until the end. He lost his life knowing that this one he has to secure it, and his right hand man will continue that. That's why Salva Kiir Mayardit has continued even independent. If it was not Salva Kiir, we would have not got it. There's a lot of things that happen that they just want to drill this to make it look like we are not responsible enough, something that they need to cause war. And if we fight to break the agreement, then that would have been cancelled. But he's been patient. Now we are happy we have a country. So to any brother or sister who think that that 16 May is not important day for us, they are lying. Even if we ask them, give us all those days. When did Anyanya 1 started? What date? And which year and which month? They will not tell us. Coming to Anyanya 2, the same. Nobody, Anyanya 1, nobody will tell us the date and the month and how did they end. The last person who talked, yes, people who tried even joined the enemy. So this one, even for us, is just a celebration to talk and acknowledge those who lost their life, those who lost their part of the body. Like today, a lot of people were posting a lot of pictures. There is one picture that I've seen that made me even drop tears. Somebody lost his two arms. I think maybe I will not be the only one who have seen it. That person, if I think about myself, that person have to be fed like a baby. Okay, baby, when you feed your baby, that means you have a hope when they grow up, they will be feeding themselves. But that person will not feed himself from his own hand. Never. Leave alone thing like private thing that we do. He will not have a hand to do it by himself. He have to have some adult person who is the same age as him. You know, we have to be sympathy about this, and then we have to celebrate and acknowledge their services. You know, this is the reason that made me coming to at least say something to change people ideology in case if there is anyone that choose to follow brother who say that we should not celebrate May 16, we should celebrate those who have started. Yes, they have started, but they fail. It is not about you just go to the bush to go and look for an animal to bring meat to your kids, and then you come empty hand. Then they say, yeah, you did good, you went there. No. But when you bring a meat to your family, that's when they will be happy with you. So Garang Mabior is the one that has brought us a meat. And the history starts with him. If you go back, yes, we have struggled a long time, but who finished the line? Think about the other thing like let's say sport. When people run, especially athletic, who take the cup is the one who crossed the line first. That's the winner. So people have been running. Garang Mabior closed the line. He's the winner. We have to, to appreciate what they have done. And also, those who have failed along the way, okay, they can be discussed in history next time, but we cannot celebrate that event. I don't think there is a way we can celebrate them. But we can talk about them as people who have done something in the history. Now we have people like William Dengnial and all the rest. We know them. Carbino Kwanyin, we know them. In the history, we can acknowledge them. But there is nothing we can. Maybe Carbino Kwanyin is part of the 16 May. But William Dengnial has done his job in a different time, and it did not work. He got assassinated. But we can talk about him, acknowledge him, part of the history, but there is no day that we can have to celebrate his event. So we have to know this, brothers and sisters. We have to know this. So all my campaign here is just let us be in the studio listening and just enjoy the historian who will talk about SPLM as it is now. SPLM has been added, but it was starting with SPLA only.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't drill the topic. That is why I'm coming. Just don't drill when you talk. Just talk within the 16 May history. And that starts from 83.
Shukran.
So
Shukran.
that is all I can say, and I will stop there.
Kalas kalam jamil jiddan. Shukran jazilan. I have to say thank you for your contribution, your word, and dedication to the date. As I have been advising all of you before that, we need to take the origin seriously because birthday is birthday. Everybody has different day of his birth or her birth. Like him and my birthday and his birthday, we have separate different days. If I'm celebrating my birthday, you cannot say that don't celebrate your birthday. We have to celebrate my birthday or somebody's birthday. No, birthday is a birthday. SPLA birthday, which is 16 May, have to be celebrated, honestly. Ruben Manyang Madur Coach, welcome. Your camera is off. I saw you drop off before.
Sorry, Mr. Isaac, you can drop me to bring someone else, then I will be listening.
All right, then no worry. Thank you so much, Lalo, and have a very good afternoon wherever you're tuning in. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Isaac. I turn off my camera because I'm a little bit occupied. You can skip me for now and let other speaker come before me. So I will come after.
There is no speakers unless we have to play Katiba Manjel music first.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Brother Paul drove me out for a while. I'm having some technical issues here. I want to.
funda madiang bor fana bungo miyam hasol kung jonga madiang bor fana bungo miyam hasol kung jonga kutori fana bungo miyam
Hello. Ana chi ma jam yin Isaac. Along the other Juang Joker, after Kiki Tau Katin, please. Go on a look at you and then we're and then something. Juang Joker. Work along them the tongue, the Mayo got out there. It's okay. Okay, and I can look at Anachi Majam. It's okay. I want just to say
it's okay. Ruben Manyang Madora, you ready now to say something?
Okay. Pardon me because I'm around my kid, and in case of any noise, I ask for forgiveness on that. I'll be very brief. Firstly, I want to register my special thanks to members of SPLA, the founding father. On top of them is the late Dr. John Garang. May God rest his soul in peace. And I would also like to recognize all the fallen heroes, Commander Yusuf Ko, Commander Makura Leo, Commander Joseph Malat, Majargai, Gladi, Commander Nyachigang Nyechuluk, and all other members who have contributed in the armed liberation of South Sudan. So it is with their effort and blood that they have spilled over that brought the independence of South Sudan. And we must comment on that and appreciate their effort. Secondly, I would also like to recognize the few remaining political members of political high command. On top is now President Kiir, James Wani, General Daniel Owit, General Kwal, and plus other members who participated in the armed struggle. So, including people who have different political views now with the President Kiir. They are all heroes, and they deserve to be recognized on this particular and a momentous occasion at some point. So I believe that regardless of our differences now as South Sudanese, when this day comes, it is an important event where every South Sudanese should really look into this day as the day that we start to walk into, to march into the square of freedom. So it was this day that many leaders, those of Carbino Kwanyin, people like William Nguyen, when they start to fire bullets in Jonglei in 1983, and many people follow them because it was a national call for people of South Sudan, as the evidence to Addis Ababa peace agreement was actually, violated by the northern regime. So it is an important day for us to celebrate. So my son is making a lot of noise. I will mute.
Yes.
I'll mute.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ruben Manyang, for the recognition of those you mentioned the names and everybody who participating indirect and direct into this movement. Is their day to day that we have to remember them and we have to say thank you, whether they are alive or dead, disabled. We have to say thank you for your contribution It was not cost for nothing. We gain what we want. Thank you. Thank you. We have to continue. After this one, I will close the show because we have already hit.
في ما في مشكلة ما في مشكلة كلام في ناس بتشاكل ما في مشكلة كلام في وفي مدافع لا ماشين زي ما مشكلة لكن أنا ما بعرف أعرف في ما شفته كان في ولا ما بعرف أشوفه أصلا.
Hata mbele baadaye mtu kila
Comrade Duarding, I send you the link, but your device is not connected. There is a problem between the camera and the microphone. Please just try that adjust. I can see, but it says that device not connected. I cannot bring you up. Thank you.
Anu ba je long cái chân long rang.
وانا افريقي زنجل اسود لون كما يسمى بلادي بلاد السودان وهذا من لوني انا جندي شعبي لتحرير السودان.
يا شباب الدنيا ويا ثوار افريقيا اسمعوا صوتي انا من مدينه كرمك قرب انجزنا واسمعوا صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويكا.
بلدي بلد كثير الخيرات فيه خلو ثروات الزراعية والأيوانية والمعدن فكيف أكون جوعان فكيف أكون عريان فكيف أكون
شباب الدنيا ويا صور افريقيا اسمع صوتي انا من مدينة كرمك قرب انجزنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويكا.
لولاك الفيات المستعمر ولا غلي البرجوازي الاخم في بلادي فكيف اكون عطشان وبلدي غزير الامطار وكمان نهر النيل العظيم يشق من الجنوب الى شمال بلادي
يا شباب الدنيا ويا صور افريقيا اسمع صوتي انا من مدينة كرمك انجزنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كويتا من جنوب بلادي إلى شمال بلادي ومن غرب بلادي إلى شرق بلادي وأنا ماشي قدام نحر كل شبر من أراضي بلدي يا شباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرمك
اللهم من مدينة كابويتا في يدك اليمين دي سهم بالنسبة لسهم للشمال. هنا في الخريطة هنا ما قدرنا نعمله كي، لكن أنا بوصف لكم الرموز اللي برمز له على الحاجات الموجودة في الخريطة. عندنا أوراق المانجا الأصفر ديل بيربط الدفاعات بتاعت العدو. عندنا الأوراق الأخضر ديل بيرمز للفوسس بتاعنا. عندنا الطوب دي برمز بالنسبة للبيوت الموجودة داخل الكابويتا. الرماد الأحمر دي برمز لمطار وللشوارع الموجودة في المنطقة. شفت الرماد الأبيض دي برمز للخيران الموجودة حول المنطقة. بعدين إننا شفت الحجارة اللي هناك دي برمز للجبال.
دي أو تربية الرملة بالشكل بتاعت كابويتا كان ملو. That's part of the struggle. It started in 1983. That war, we have to say thank you for your participation. That planning, Medina Kapoita, we have lost lives of the civilians, army, commanders, and so forth. And we have also to say thank you for that. So everybody, I wish you all happy 39th anniversary of the 16th May to all of you. I salute you. The show is coming to an end, and I have to say thank you. Have a good day. We remember you, and we salute you. We recognize your contribution in any way. Thank you. Have a good day, good night, good afternoon from me here, Lake State Media. Bye now. Thank you.
It's your boy Young Love, I give him that time. Pancho leg stand and Panchit America. Panye Dwal, Pancho leg stand and Panchit America. Panye Dwal, walk on your leg, Kankara, what on a watching. Koga level leg, gear, pow, very leg. Panda with Yay, Panchit America. Panye Dwal, Chingatonga Pandon, could you ever buy a check out? Paku Panda Jiro, what they be Dwal eventing. Stand up Panchit America, Panye Dwal, Pancha leg stand up Panchit America, Panye Dwal, walk on your leg, Kankara, what on a watching, Koga level leg, gear, pow, very leg, Panda with Yay, Panchit America, Panye Dwal, Chingatonga Pandon, could you ever buy a check out? Paku Panda Jiro, what they be, Dwal,